session and all that we need to know, especially also offering opportunity for mentorship. It's my great pleasure to introduce the person we have on our platform. She's there with us. There's Miss Adeniyi Oludayo. Miss Adeniyi Oludayo, if you are here, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a great
pleasure to have you with us. I know it's a very rare opportunity to have somebody like you with us on this platform. Thank you very much for availing us of your time and your talent. She is a woman who has more than 2 decades of experience. She's an expert in business operation, leadership, team building, direct sales, wealth creation, and coaching. And this is not just the first group of persons that she'll be leading in this kind of training. She has done that for not less than 1,500 professionals and business owners. But I'll tell you that there are so many testimonies of huge success in these different coaching areas that she had really handled. And so we are blessed to have her with us tonight. As our house rule, as we welcome everyone, we are going to give our facilitator some time to lead us as she is so direct. We are not having any format. As you please, madam, you will direct us. But one thing I assure every one of us is that none of us is going to leave here empty-handed. One of my favorite Bible passages is Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. It's the parable of the talents. The master living, he gave all the servants talents according to their capacities, and they returned expecting a turnover. And I think this really spells out what God expects of each and every one of us. God has blessed us with different talents. And I believe the knowledge we are going to have tonight, the experience we are sharing tonight, will help us to put our various talents into use, multiply it for our good and for the glory of God. And so, dear friends, if you are ready, it's my great pleasure to leave the floor open for Madam Oludayo Adeniyi to lead us in the conversation. You are most welcome, madam.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reverend. Reverend, did you steal my notes?
I don't know the notes you are talking about.
My notes? Okay, good evening, everyone. Let me share my screen. I'll be my slide. Let me share my slide so that we can have this conversation. So good evening, everyone. Good evening, amazing men and women, professionals, business owners on this call. I'm super excited to be on this call with you and to be sharing with us today. We're going to have a conversation, like I was told, to lay a foundation, because when you're talking about the subject of entrepreneurship, it's very huge. But I'll try as much as possible to lay a foundation for every one of us that would help us be able to take decisions that we need to take to be able to embrace this concept of entrepreneurship and be able to make the best out of it and for our lives. So I celebrate every one of us here. And I know that for you to be on this call today, it's because there is something about you, and it's because you have something to offer the world. And that is why this is coming to you today. So my topic today is entrepreneurship made simple. I'll try as much as possible to simplify the concept of entrepreneurship. And I'm going to be doing this because of where I am also coming from. And I'll share a bit about my story so that we can all relate with it and try as much as possible to make it practical. There will be time for questions, and you can ask when it gets to that period. But for us to get started, I would like to see some chats in the chat box. If you can hear me, if you're here with me, let me see you drop a 111 in the chat box. Let me know that you can hear me. If you can hear me loud and clear, you're here with me. Drop a 111. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. So I am not just talking to myself or just talking to Reverend alone. Okay, amazing. So I can see. Please permit me if I call your name, because I don't know whether it's Mr. or Mrs. So just pardon me. Just to acknowledge the people that I am seeing here, just to let you know that I see you. I see you. I see you. So, okay, grateful. I can see Idowu Ologe. I can see Debo Yera. I can see Oh, the messages have gone. So those are the two names I can see. Can you imagine? Okay, I can see Adeniyi Oludayo, Galaxy, the Reverend, Neka, Debo, amazing, Aniat, So, Galaxy, Fresh Prince. Is this Fresh Prince of Pele? Oluwaseun, Yola. So amazing. Thank you so much. It's good to Fresh Prince is laughing. Let me know whether you are the one. Okay, amazing, amazing. Please, I would like for this conversation to be, for this discussion to be conversational. You can type in the chat box when it's there. Okay, Fresh Prince of Houston. Oh, nice, nice, nice. It's still the same, right? Kind of. So thank you so much. So we're going to be having this discussion, and let me just start. Like you said, I've been able to speak and work with. Oh no, let me talk a bit about myself. You've spoken a bit about me too, but I still would like to speak about myself. I'm fondly called the Abundance Queen, and this is because I believe that everybody was created for abundance, and we are meant to manifest it in different areas of our lives, and we are meant to live a holistic life in our career, in our businesses, our health, in all areas of life. So it's meant to be rounded. You have money, you have peace, and you are truly making an impact and living a fulfilling life. So I said I was going to share a bit about my story. For a lot of us, when it comes to entrepreneurship, we are always very scared. So I'll speak about that as I go on. So I'm an author of a book called The Abundance Code: Cultivating and Mastering a Wealth Mindset. And this book has been phenomenal. It was launched last year. You can get a copy from Moremi High Bookshop if you want to have it. It's an amazing book. And like Reverend said, I have 2 decades years of experience across different sectors, helping professionals, businesses, and business owners be able to create wealth, because that's the end of everything, to create wealth and live a fulfilling life. So I run an organization called Eximius, which is a human development organization. And our focus is on helping professionals and business owners achieve their definition of success in whatever capacity it is, such that you are living that life that you truly desire. And that's why we're here. And I believe that's why the association has also brought us here, so that we can speak and people on this platform can truly live better lives. These are some of the platforms that have been featured, where I have spoken, just to list a few of them. And there are so many more, but just a few of them. So what is my objective here? My objective here is very, very, very simple: to equip you with the right mindset, the knowledge and strategies that can help you confidently start or scale your entrepreneurial journey and build lasting wealth. For some of us here, you have started your businesses already. I'm sure you will learn 1 or 2 things that can also help you. For some of us here, you are just about starting, and you are thinking, you are contemplating, you are wondering, how do I go into entrepreneurship? And with what is happening in the world right now, there's so much uncertainties. People are beginning to realize that it is no longer business as usual, that one source of income is a no-no. People are beginning to understand that they need to create something for themselves. They need to be able to make use of the resources they have to create more. And the association has seen that this is something that can impact, and that's why we're discussing this. There's this saying that you can give a man fish, it will last him a while, but you can actually teach a man how to fish, and it can last him for a lifetime. Not just lasting him for a lifetime, but he can also transmit this to other people. So the essence of this call is to teach you how you as a person can also, be able to create something for yourself, and then be able to also help other people. Because when you embrace entrepreneurship, you are not just doing it for yourself, you are doing it also for your own generation unborn. You're also doing it to help other people. You become a solutions provider, somebody that is impacting life, which is one of the highest forms of existence that we can have to truly live a fulfilling life. So I want to say something. I can see the numbers growing. If there are people that that are your friends, your set, that are supposed to be on this call, that are not on this call, please do them a favor. Just send them a message, a reminder for them to join this call, because I don't see any special gift that can be given to anyone rather than this. This is a gift that can launch you into what we call abundance. So I'm going to be looking at this outline. I'll be talking about what entrepreneurship is. I'll be talking about the entrepreneurial mindset, and then we're going to conclude. That is an idea of what we're going to look at. And I would like to request you something. Hi, I'm making a commitment to you that I'm going to give you my 100%. If there is something greater than 100%, I'm going to give that to you. And I want to encourage you also. All I need from you is the currency of attention. The currency attention for you to devote the next 1 hour or the next 1 hour, 30 minutes that we're going to spend on this call, for you to devote it to this time. Because what you will hear can transform your life for the best. Trust me, it can transform your life. So pay attention. Avoid all distractions, keep your phones, and just stay with me for this period. And I will just ask us this simple question. I know the association put this program together, but I would like to ask us, why are you here? I would like to ask you, you've devoted your time. You can decide to be doing anything at this time, but you have decided to be on this call. So I would like to see in the chat box, why are you here? Sometimes some people attend meetings just for attending sake, but I would like to set your expectation. I would like to know, why did you decide to be on this call? So I'd like to see your responses in the chat box. Feel free to type your responses. Why are you here? Some people may be here to see my face, to know who is this person that has come to speak to us. Or some people may be here to wonder, what is she going to be saying? So I would like to know. I know we have amazing people here. That's not why you're here, right? So I would like to see your feedback. Why did you join this call? I'm sure they've told us we're going to have this meeting. It has been announced. So why did you decide to be on this call? Please, I want to see responses. Fresh Prince of Houston, I'm here. I would like to see your response. I'd like to see our response. Let's make it conversational. Why did you decide to be on this call? What are your expectations? Okay, Reverend says, I am here to, okay, this is not Reverend, okay. I am here to learn additional God's way of blessing the work of my hands. Thank you. I'm here to learn more on what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And interestingly, the two people that have responded are both Anthony, right? Okay, I can see. I want to retire at 50. That is a great one. You want to retire at 50, and it's possible. Please, who are you? Are you still in 9 to 5? I would like to know. Are you still in 9 to 5? Know more about entrepreneurship, build wealth, and impact lives. Okay. To be more business-minded. Okay, you're still in 9 to 5. Okay, thank you. I'll try to touch a bit more about that entrepreneurship because I know you are here. Okay, thank you. To be business-minded. So thank you so much. I'm excited because I see people here that are focused. I see people here that already have an idea of what we want to do, and they've set an expectation for themselves to learn how to start a business and be successful. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you. So this will guide my thoughts as I go into this presentation. I'm excited. We all have reasons why we have decided to join. Okay. Monica says, to be successful in my business by improving in what I do. So I would assume that you are already running a business. You want to improve it. Amazing. Beautiful. Learning is the foundation upon which all truth is built. It is a lifelong process, and I'm here to learn at your feet. See the way you put it, like you are in the Bible. Fresh Prince, thank you. Oluwaseyi says, to add more value to myself, have more knowledge about business, and be more successful. Thank you so much. I'd like us to please appreciate ourselves. Please, I want to say something. Please don't write on the screen. Don't touch the screen of your phone or anything. Please don't do that. You are writing on the screen. And I would like us to please mute ourselves. Oluwafemi, please mute yourself. Seyi Oshunade, please mute yourself so that there's no distractions during the session. So amazing. So I like all that we have written that while we're here. So this is beautiful. So I'm going to ask us another question. Why do you want to go into entrepreneurship? I know some of us have answered that question, but if you have not answered, you can still answer. Why do you want to go into entrepreneurship? Why do you want to go into entrepreneurship? Why is that important to you? Because you can decide to build wealth in different ways, right? Why do you want to go into entrepreneurship? Why is it important that entrepreneurship is key at this time? Why? I know someone says I want to retire. They always say I want to retire at 50. That's why I was part of the reasons why I want to go into entrepreneurship. So I want to know, I want to hear from us. Why do you want to go into entrepreneurship? Like I said, interactive, because I know we have amazing people here.
I think coach is on mute.
Okay. Oh, okay. Apologies. So can you hear me now? Okay. Somebody says here, apologies for that. I will answer in Yoruba. Iṣẹ́ ọmọ. Yeah. You want to expose me here? Please, can you translate? You are the one that spoke the Yoruba. Please translate. Basically, to build wealth for the church I pastor. Okay. Amazing. This is interesting. It is to build lasting wealth. Okay. It is the only way to be successful. Okay. Thank you so much for those answers that you brought, that you responded with. So it's good to know why we want to do entrepreneurship. And the reasons we have given is powerful. So one thing I want us to understand is as you go into entrepreneurship, you need to understand is that the strength of your why, that is the reason why you are deciding to go into entrepreneurship, will determine your success. It will determine the level of success that you achieve. And this is important for you to note, because when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. And if you are going into entrepreneurship, the strength of your why, the reason why you are setting out, the why determines how successful you are. And that's why I'm asking these questions. Some people may just say, I just want to do it. They say we should do entrepreneurship. But if your why is not strong enough, you are just going to see yourself at the end of the day giving up. You're going to see yourself at the end of the day, not seeing the vision to the end. So I'd like to encourage us, if you have not set a goal for yourself, if you have not decided on your why, as we go through this session, I'd like you to take out time to really state what your why is. Why do I want to do this? It is very important for success in life, for success in everything that we do. So now I'm going to be taking us into, entrepreneurship. I'm starting from the basics, like I said, laying the foundation, because I don't want to assume that everybody knows what entrepreneurship is. We can understand what it is, but to enable us build is for us to now get the holistic framework. To function and be able to succeed in this. So what is entrepreneurship? And I would like us to take note of all of the areas that have been highlighted, and they are highlighted for a purpose. These areas are highlighted for a purpose. So what is entrepreneurship? This is the ability to make money by starting or running businesses. Especially, and there's a reason why it went with this definition, especially when it involves taking financial risk, the ability to do this. So number one thing you must understand is, as much as you desire to go into entrepreneurship, You must know that it is you starting something. It is you shifting your mindset from somebody that consumes to somebody that is creating. And when you are getting into the space of creating businesses, it involves risk. It involves risk. And you must know that, because when you know something, it guides you. So when you know already that, okay, what I am going into involves risk, but even though it involves risk, it is still profitable. It is still good. It is still a worthy venture. The moment your mind can set an expectation for you, you are not afraid. You are not scared when the risk comes. That is why it's important to note. A lot of people are not into entrepreneurship because they're afraid of taking risk. So it involves taking risk, and then your ability to be able to be an entrepreneur. It is important. Your ability to be able to start the businesses. These two things are critical. These two things are critical and important for you to know. So if your mic is not muted, please, can you mute yourself, please? Please mute yourself. And there's another definition here that says entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop, to organize, and to run a business enterprise, and along with any of its uncertainties, in order to make profit. The ability, the readiness. So we're all on this call today. The essence of this call is to enable us get ready to understand that I want to go into entrepreneurship. This is what is going to be required of me. So if you are here, you want to go into entrepreneurship to achieve all of the things that you have stated, it is important. So it is the ability and the readiness. So you must be ready to develop, to organize, and to run a business enterprise along with the uncertainties. Like I said, uncertainties comes with business. But at the end of the day, it's going to make a profit. At the end of the day, you are going to be able to create profit for yourself. So you need to know, if you know that it involves risk, it involves uncertainty, and at the same time, it involves making profit. So if I know this, I can set my mind to say, okay, so regardless of all the challenges that I go through, regardless of all the uncertainties that I may face, one thing that is sure is that I will make profit. So what happens to me, I'm able to weather the storm. I'm able to remain committed on the journey. I'm able to look through, there's this passage of, there's this scripture that says, permit me to use that. I may have different people of different faith here, but let me use it. It says, Jesus Christ, for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. So if I know that going into entrepreneurship is going to make me profit at the end of the day, then what happens? I'm able to weather the storm. I'm able to remain consistent with it, to say at the end of the day, last, it will end in praise, not in last, there's something in it for me. So it gingers me to want to weather the storm and to remain committed to it. So who is now an entrepreneur? Because the entrepreneurship is the concept in itself, but who is the person that drives entrepreneurship? And that is an entrepreneur. So who is an entrepreneur? This is someone who has the ability, and I'm stating this point, like I said, underlining this concept that I want to take note of. An entrepreneur is defined as someone who has the ability and the desire to establish, to administer, and succeed in a startup venture, along with risk entitled to it, to make profit. So you are the entrepreneur right now. You are somebody that has the ability, and then you have that desire. So from all the comments that we put in the box, it is evident that we have desires, that we have desires to be able to create businesses. We want to be able to create wealth. We want to be able to retire. They are different. So there is that desire inside of you. And I'm sure that a lot of people, the other thing will be, do I have the ability? Can I do it? Those are major questions. So for me as a person, I grew up from a family where I was told, go to school, get a good grade so you can get a good job. Nobody actually really taught me about entrepreneurship to say, okay, this is how to start up a business. This is what you do. So I was brought up like to be an entrepreneur, to be a career person. which was fantastic. And I focused on it. I remember I would always say to myself, even while I was, running my career, I worked in very good organizations, but I would say to myself that I wasn't called out to be an entrepreneur. I usually say that. And I even tell myself that, I was called to help other people. And I was working in organizations. I was doing so well. I was leading. Before I left my 9 to 5, I was working in an organization where I was directing the affairs of over 5,000 staff. So you understand what I'm talking about. And I was doing it well. A lot of people thought the organization was my own, even whilst I was running they didn't even know that it wasn't mine. So all of the things in my life showed that I was called out to support other businesses. So in my mind, I never even imagined that I could run a business. It wasn't something I was looking for. It was something I was considering. But look at me today. I left my 9 to 5 in 2018, and this is 2025. I think it's about 6-7 years afterwards. And I'm now an entrepreneur. And I'm not just an entrepreneur, I am helping other people also with their businesses. And it's just amazing. So you may be listening to me here and you're wondering, I don't know how to be an entrepreneur. I was brought up as a career person. I don't even know where to start. But I want you to know that you have that ability in you. You have that ability in you for you to be working in an organization is because you also have this ability. But what is happening to you right now is that in your mind, because you have not had the opportunity to explore that area, all you have known all your life is 9 to 5, working as a career person. So it's normal for you to have that mindset that, oh, I can't run a business. So I'm sharing my own example to someone who is there and wondering, I don't think I can start a business. I wasn't caught out for it. Well, I'm just saying to you that you can do it. The ability, so you need the ability, and then you need the desire to establish it. So the first thing is, if the desire is in the inside of you, every desire always comes with the resources to make that dream possible. If you don't have the ability to do it, it will not be a desire in your heart. It won't be a desire in your heart. So if you have that desire, I'd like you to relax and just flow with me as we go along. And I will use a passage of scripture to also fully explain this. It says, but remember, if you see that I highlighted that word remember, he said, but remember, that means that this has happened before. It is something that has happened, but it is now being brought to your remembrance. So it is not just that it is about to happen. It is something that has happened in the past. It says, so, but remember, bringing it to your consciousness to say, this is a reality. This is a possibility. This is something that has happened. It says, but remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. He said, but remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. And I'm happy to announce to you that for every person that God created, he created us in his own image. And he has given each of us abilities. He has given each of us what we need to be able to dominate. Remember the mandate when man was created. He said he created us to have dominion over everything. So having dominion over everything is you taking that role of an entrepreneur, is you taking that role of a creator, where you are able to create and dominate. You are solving problems, you are dominating, and you are creating value. You are managing all the resources that is in your custody. That is the mandate. So he's the one that gives you the ability. Is one that gives you the ability to produce wealth. So if you're on this call today and you are created in his image, I want you to remember that he has given you the ability to produce wealth. That means you have the virtues. He has given you the virtues that you need to create wealth. He has put the potential in you for you to create wealth. And so, and to confirm what? To confirm the covenant which you swore to your fathers. So it has already been given to you. The ability was a done deal even before you were born. Please, I want somebody to take, there's a reason why I'm laying this foundation, because the mindset is critical. Mindset is over 95% of success. If the mindset is right, success is 95% guaranteed. So if you understand that you have been given this potential already, it is already in you. then it is for you to come to the consciousness of the ability that you have the ability and you have the virtues in the inside of you for you to be able to create it, because it's the covenant that God made years even before you were born. So if you are wondering and asking, do I have the ability? Trust me, you have the ability. So I was asking Reverend whether he stole my notes earlier today, because I was wondering when he was talking about the parable of the talents. And I'm sure this is a story that we all know. And I'm going to be explaining this story to further buttress the concept of entrepreneurship. So a master came and he had three servants, and he gave them talents. And he gave them talents in different measures. For some, he gave 5 talents. For one, he gave 5 talents. For one, he gave 3. And for another one, he gave 1. And he told them that he was going on a journey and they should go and make do with the talents that they have been given. And this is the same concept of every one of us. Each and every one of us has been given talents according to our several abilities. So you have talent. So the fact that you have 5 does not make you better than somebody that has 3, for as long as you can utilize it well. So you have 5, he gave some 5, he gave 3, he gave 1. And then the 5 went away and did what? And multiplied it. He worked with the talents and he grew it. So he went into entrepreneurship. Remember, entrepreneurship involved risk. He took a risk with the talents. He went to work with it, and he multiplied the money. The 3 went to work with his own talent also. But there was one person. That one person says, my master is a terrible person. He's a terrible individual. You see, he likes to reap where he has not sown. If you are not familiar with this story, please, it's in Matthew 25. You can go through it and understand it. He says, then he said, my master is one that likes to reap where he did not sow. So this talent that he's giving me is a very wicked man. Let me just hide this talent. Let me just hide it. And he went ahead and hid it. You see, if you want to look at the story of this man, right? He hid his talent. If you want to be logical about it, at least they gave him talent and he did not want to lose that talent. He went to hide it to say, at least I am not losing your talent. Oh, I will give you back what you have given me. At least it is okay. Let me give you back what you have given me. So that was the story of these 3 people. Then when the master came, the master called them, okay, I've given you guys talents. So come and report yourself. What have you done with the talent that I have given you? So he called the 5. The 5 said, master, you gave me 5. I went, I multiplied it, I worked, I did this job, I did that job, and today I have 10. Wow, the master was happy. He said, I have multiplied what you gave me. I have multiplied what you gave me. The second one came and said, master, you gave me 3. The 3 that you gave me, I worked with it and I have multiplied the 3. I multiplied it, I doubled it for you. And master, like, wow, you have done well. Then the one now came. Now says, you can even see in the picture how he's shivering. It came and it's like, so all these people went to multiply. It's only me that hid my own. So he came and said, master, I know you are a wicked man. I'm afraid if I lose your talent, I know you will kill me. I know you can destroy. So I decided that I hid your talent, and I'm here to give you back what you have given me. Logically, that makes sense. At least he can multiply it, but he did not lose it. But do you know what the master says? The master said they should collect what he has. He gave it to the one that has 10. He said he's a wicked servant. And do you know what the master said to me? He said, at least you should have multiplied my mom, what I have. Even if you have put it in the bank, right? If you put it in the bank, it would have yielded some interest. You were not willing to take a risk and you just left my money like that. And the master said they should cast him into outer darkness. You see, one of the reasons why a lot of people are going through the world, they are suffering and in poverty in the world, is because they hid their talents. And they hid their talents because they are afraid of taking risk. You see, it is worse if you are afraid of taking risk. If he had invested the money and he has lost the money, I'm sure the master would have been happy to see at least you took a risk. You did something. What did you learn? And he did not do anything. Why am I emphasizing this story? To everyone on this call, you have been given talent. If you are not using your talent, you are just like this man here. This man that was given one talent and he was cast into outer darkness. You know, when you hear outer darkness, some people can relate it to hellfire or, people. But the truth about it, outer darkness is suffering. Outer darkness is poverty. Outer darkness is experiences that you do not like. Poverty, frustration, depression. That is what it represents. So if you're not using your talents, that is what you embrace. A lot of people are not enjoying life because they are not embraced their talent. They are not using the gift that has been deposited in the inside of them to create wealth and to live the life that they truly desire. So when you were packaged wholly, and everything you need to truly live life is in you, in form of your talents, in form of your abilities. The moment you're able to harness and use those abilities, what happens for you is that you open the door for more. You open the door for abundance into your life. And that is why it is important. Entrepreneurship is key. Entrepreneurship opens doors. And that's why we want to get it right, so that you don't do it wrongly. And you go in with the right mindset. So what this guy has was taken from him and given to the one that has 10. And that is why you keep seeing people will say, people will say the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. It is normal. I want to ask you a question. If you have 3 people working with you and you have one that consistently multiplies what you give to him, you have 2 of them that does the same, and then you have one that does nothing with what you give to him. I want to ask you a question. Who would you give more to? Please, I would like us to answer. Would you give your money or your talent or your resources to the person that does not even know how to multiply it, that does nothing with what you have given him to multiply, or you will continue to give to the ones that keep bringing you profit as a businessman? Please, I want us to answer that question. Who would you go with? The one multiplying? Absolutely. So the concept of the rich getting richer is based on this, because they understand how to multiply. So even the master took and gave it to him. So if you want to enjoy abundance, then you must learn how to multiply the resources that you have. You must learn how to put all your human capital, which includes your experiences, your talents, your gifting, your education qualification, everything that makes you unique as a person is the talent that you have that can produce you wealth. Absolutely. I'll give more to the person who multiplies and brings the profit. That is the same thing. So if you're in a place now and you desire more, the concept you need to embrace is the concept of multiplication. How can you multiply what you have? And I know we have people that are in 9 to 5. And so many people in 9 to 5 have challenges of starting their business. But I want you to know that all the experiences that you have gone through. So now I have close to 2 years of experience. I've been working. Do you know that what I am using now is all of the experience that I've gathered whilst I was in my 9 to 5. So as a professional, the experiences you have are not going to waste. They are useful, the communication, the interaction, the experiences, the courses that you attended, the network of people that you are building in your organization, the people you know, all of those things are the resources that you need to be able to succeed in entrepreneurship. So you are even advantaged. You are at an advantage. So as a 9 to 5, don't doubt. And if you're not in 9 to 5, you've been in business, you continue improving and continue growing. So I'm trying to answer the questions in some people's mind that you have not cut out to be an entrepreneur. So I train for organizations, and one of the things that organizations are asking us to do now is to train their staffs to be entrepreneurs. So, entrepreneur is the is a concept of somebody starting a business. But the people working in organizations now, they are called entrepreneurs. These are people that also take the form of entrepreneurs, but the only thing is that they are working under a singular vision. It's not like they have a separate vision, but they are innovating. They are innovating, they are thinking, they have that ownership mindset, and they are building the business as if it is theirs. That is the culture that organizations want to imbibe in their workforce right now. Why? Because they understand that that mindset is important for success. That is why you see organizations like Google, coming up with new innovations, new technology every day. Why? Because the people, they have a culture of ownership. People are entrepreneurs. People are taking the job as if it is their own. They are not waiting for somebody to tell them what. They own the business and they run with it. And those organizations are flourishing. So even if you are still in your 9 to 5, you need to understand that you need to have that mentality of an entrepreneur. So it is important for all of us to know that we have gifts that we need to multiply. So I would like us to have this food for thought. So you need to know, I said we should get our notebooks and our writing materials. So I want to ask you a question. What abilities or talents do you have that you can use to produce wealth? What abilities or talent, your innate potentials, your innate abilities, what are those? It could be good communication skills, it could be your experiences, it could be your network, it could be your educational background. What are those abilities that you have? Please list them. It could be your interpersonal skills. List them, because you have something that it takes. You are an embodiment of potentials. You are an embodiment of talent. So take your time to list all of these things. I know sometimes a lot of people struggle with this. That's why we take them through some tests to identify self, to know who you are. You go through some analysis. You can do SWOT analysis for yourself. You can do, self-awareness to get to know yourself. But you need to know what are the talents and abilities that you have to produce wealth. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with the internet right now. With the new age that we are, running a business is even easier than before. You have a phone right now. You don't need to have those structures where you are looking for money to go and build a business somewhere to spend money for. No, you can even start from where you are right now with your skills. Because entrepreneurship is about solving a problem, right? Somebody has a problem that you can solve. So how can you use those skills that you have to solve that problem for somebody? If I tell all of us as we are right now, there is a problem or there is something that you want to do that you need somebody to be able to do for you, and you pay people every day for that service. You pay people, you need fuel to go to work. You go to the filling station, you pay them. You pay them. That is, they're offering you service. They are solving a problem for you. Your children go to school, you pay their school fees. That school is solving a problem for you. So you as a person, what are those talents that you can use to produce wealth? Excuse me. So what are those talents that you can use to produce wealth, that you can multiply? So I use myself as an example, worked for several years. Now I'm here teaching. I'm teaching people. My educational qualification came in because for my first degree, I did biology education. So I learned the concept of teaching. So I'm here using that skill to teach. That is a talent. That is an asset for me. I have worked with organizations. I have led human resources. I have managed a workforce. I have managed working with companies. I have interfaced with clients. I know what people know. I know how to service my clients. These are all talents. And these are all the giftings that I am bringing to bear right now. And that is what I'm using in my business right now. So all of my experiences as a business, as a professional, as somebody in 9 to 5 is what I am using right now. So can you list all of those? Take your time to list them. because you have something. I'm just pointing your ability, your consciousness to the fact that you have something and you can easily do business and create value from it and get economic value from it. And if you're in 9 to 5, the era has changed. Even from your 9 to 5 right now, you can start with what you know. You see people on LinkedIn as a professional, they are building following on LinkedIn. And this is the best time right now for you to build your social capital because you have an organization that you are leveraging on. People know you, they respect you for the organization that you are. Why don't you harness all of those value? Post about what you do on LinkedIn. Become a thought leader. That is not outside of what you do. So you can see how easy it is to function as an entrepreneur, whether you're in 9 to 5 or whether you're setting out. So as somebody in 9 to 5, you can start posting on LinkedIn. Just talk about what you do. Build that following. People begin to know you more. Some people want to learn what you know right now. Before you know it, you started your mentorship out of what you are doing normally. But what are you doing? You are maximizing your economic value. Please, if you are flowing with me, can I just get a 7 here? If what I'm saying, if you are getting value from it, please drop a 7 in the chat box. Let me know that you are with me. Let me know that you're with me. Absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can be there. Just post about what you know and drop it there. It's powerful. And I keep talking about the power of LinkedIn, for example. You don't want to do social, you don't want to do Instagram, but you're a professional. Can you position as a professional with all you know right now and be there? And if you're a business owner who is also running your business right now, can you position yourself on platforms where your clients are and you're giving them value there? That is still entrepreneurship, because the social capital you build becomes one that can help you in your business. I saw something online, somebody selling agbalumo. We all know agbalumo. And do you know what? Agbalumo that you see in traffic, agbalumo that they send by the road. If you see how this person started, you know the way they package potatoes. This person started packaging agbalumo, and people are ordering agbalumo from the UK. People are ordering agbalumo from the US. These agbalumo that you and I see every day. And they showed where they were packaging this agbalumo. And I was looking. So this person can be a professional, and he discovered, let me sell agbalumo, and he's his professional skills into packaging that agbalumo. Now agbalumo to the US, to different parts of the world. Agbalumo. From agbalumo, people will be looking and saying, this normal agbalumo. Why am I sharing this example with you? I'm saying that to start entrepreneurship now is easy. You have your phone, you chat every day. While chatting, the same concept, the same people you chat with, you can start business with. So entrepreneurship has become so easy when you identify your talent and you know that you can produce wealth from it. And you can identify a problem and you can solve it. I'm just laying the foundation here as we go along. But these are some truths I want you to know. These are some truths I want you to know. You have the ability to succeed as an entrepreneur. I'm emphasizing this. I've seen quite a number of people, they say go into entrepreneurship, they just get into entrepreneurship without having the right mindset. They fail. You see, if there's anything that has been keeping me in this entrepreneurship journey, is my why and my mindset. Because trust me, no matter how good you are as an entrepreneur, you will face your challenges. But I know that I can succeed as an entrepreneur. So before when I decided I was going into it, I told myself, if I have succeeded as a 9 to 5 person, then if I'm elevating to being an entrepreneur, then I must succeed. And if you're already in business, whatever level of success that you have right now, you need to reaffirm to yourself that you can succeed and you can do better than what you are doing right now. That should be an assurance that you have. And then you need to know the second thing here is that you have the ability to produce wealth. And not just to produce wealth, but to transmit it to others. You have the power to create wealth. You have all that it takes. And not just for you alone. You have that ability also to transmit it to other people. You have to transmit it to your generation. You have the ability to transmit it to help other people. Knowing that changes everything for you, because you understand that this isn't just about me. It's bigger. The reason why a lot of us succeed in our 9 to 5 is because we know that we don't have a choice in it. You have to do it, and we are doing it, and we are succeeding in it. So when it comes to you now building your business, why? You will succeed in it. You will not only succeed in it, you will also transmit to others. You will be a blessing to others through that channel of the wealth that you are creating. Somebody says, I want to create wealth so I can help people in my church. Absolutely. That's the only essence. So when you become a blessing, you can bless other people. Then another truth you need to know is that poverty and suffering are induced when you don't maximize your talents and abilities. I have explained that. When you sit and take the position of a consumer, what happens is that poverty will kick in. And that is the mindset that we have in this part of the world. A lot of people just want to get. A lot of people don't want to create because creating is risky. But the times that we are in right now, if you look at it, the world is changing. AI is taking over. You see entrepreneurs popping up from everywhere. Even the younger generations, they are not even ready to do 9 to 5. They just want to go into entrepreneurship because the tides are changing. We must become creators. In your capacity, you must be creating something. You must be solving a problem. You can't just be taking, consuming. So please note this truth. If you're in a position in your life where you are not excited about, I want you to identify your talents and take that position. Make a decision today that you are not just going to complain anymore. You are not just going to be a consumer. You are going to create. Why are we all talking about Nigeria today? Because Nigeria consumes more than what is being produced. And that is the mindset that a whole lot of people have also imbibed in Nigeria. We consume more, not solving any problem, not providing, and we are so blessed. We are so blessed as a nation. We are so blessed as a people. But we are consuming toothpick. We import. Everything we import. Then people that are wise take our resources and take it over there. And they refine it and sell it back to us. And we buy it at exorbitant rates that they give to us. That is the challenge, and that is how a lot of people are living their lives. But we need to say no. We need to say no to this. I've already said, write your talents and abilities. If you don't know, begin to pay attention to yourself. You can even ask your friends to say, what do you think I am good at? What are the talents that you think I have? Sometimes you have seen yourself finish. Let me put that word. You are too familiar with yourself that you just feel that even that little thing that you think is small. Do you know that there's a lady that does puff-puff? The usual puff-puff that we eat. If you saw it on Instagram, Google invited her to come and teach their staff. Do you know what they would have paid her? And she now turned puff-puff into, she added her creativity. So the puff-puff, they do different flavors. Yeah, you see her, the way you do those cake, and then you put the icing on top of it. She started to, they were doing that. And then they gave the staff the opportunity to be able to mix their own flavor. They brought all the ingredients. So you can see, I want the same way you go to Cold Stone and they say, what flavor do you want on your ice cream? I say, I want caramel. I want the white chocolate. I want this one, that one. That's the same thing they did with puff-puff. And people were creating that. And then they elevated puff-puff to what? To sophisticated puff-puff. And Fortune 500 companies were calling them to come and teach their staff how to make puff-puff, and they were paying them. There is no talent that is useless. Some people are only talking. I was discussing with somebody and she was saying to me that, do you know that there's somebody that teaches people how to drink water? And the person is making waves on YouTube, how to drink water, as simple as that. Is it not what I'm drinking now? But there's somebody teaching people how to drink water. So there's someone, you have something. You have something, the simplest thing. If anything can create economic value, so you have it, so identify it. Then when you identify your talent, ask yourself, what problem can you solve with this talent? Who can you help with this talent? I'm trying to simplify this concept. Who can you help with this talent? This talent that you have, who can you help with it? Who needs this? Who needs these resources or this talent? How can you? What problem can it solve? Ask yourself. You are good with speaking. You have good communication skills. What problem can you solve in that area? Now we see people that are becoming very creative. I saw somebody that teaches mathematics now on the internet is doing short videos and teaching students WAEC mathematics, solving it for them, all past questions. All past questions, he's solving it and he's selling it and teaching people. Isn't that amazing? You say that is normal. But this guy, when the time I did the video, and he says he has done past questions for up to how many years. So when you watch his video and you like it, what happens? You buy the other program. And you see parents saying, I need it for my child. I need it for my child. I need it for my this. I need it for my that. I'm asking, what talent do you have? And what problem can you solve with it? Please write it down. Document it. This is how you start your journey. As a 9 to 5, everybody, please do it. If you are in business already, please take this activity again. Because you know what, you are an embodiment of potential. There are still some things inside of you that you have not fully unlocked to be able to get the best or to elevate your business to the next level. So identify this. This is the beginning point. Identify it. And you've already started your journey. So I want to ask us, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling about the concept of entrepreneurship right now? Are some of your fears being dealt with? So I'd like you to tell me how are you feeling. Just give me a word that describes how you feel right now. Give me a word that describes how you feel right now. I'm waiting. I like interaction because I don't just like to talk. I like to know that people are flowing and getting what I'm saying. So please, I'm waiting for responses. How do you feel right now with all that you have heard? How do you feel compared to when you started? How do you feel now? I don't want to give us an idea. How do you feel about this concept of entrepreneurship? Is it empowering you? Are you like, is it shifting your mindset? Are you excited? Are you happy? Okay, someone says, I feel blessed and motivated. Okay. One Nick, Father Anthony says, I don't know whether that's his father. I'm just somebody says, just do it mentality. So you're having that mentality, just do it, just do it, just do it. Yes, just do it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for responding to it. The whole idea is as you go on, your mindset should be shifting about the concept of entrepreneurship. There's nothing wrong in even failing when you start. When you fail, you learn. There's nothing like failure. Failure is just a lesson. Failure is just a lesson. So now it's important, like I said, the mindset is critical. You've known now that you have abilities. You need to identify your abilities, learning the basics from the problem-solving perspective. Thank you so much. Amazing. Amazing. One of the things I say to people is that, you see, understanding the basics of everything makes life very easy. When we begin to complicate concepts is when we have issues. But when you can take it in the basic form, you discover that it becomes easy for you to thrive in and you can grow as you go along. So, okay, great. I love this. She said different ideas on how to do things is coming to me. Absolutely. And that's why I'm also giving those examples for you to think that entrepreneurship doesn't mean you have to go and start a bank. If you can start a bank, not a problem. It doesn't mean, but you can start from where you are. You can start with where you are. There are people that do not have auspices. What they are controlling from this, their handset. What they are controlling from this, if you know what they are controlling, you will marvel. You will marvel. I know people that they don't run any business in the concept of love, but they are relationship people. There is nobody they don't know. People go to them and they get paid to connect them with people. What about that? What about that? That is a talent that they have, and they have refined it, they have packaged it, and they are making money from it. And they have packaged it, and they are making money from it. You know, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful. So entrepreneurship mindset. It says the way of thinking that fuels success and resilience in business. It's what differentiates those who simply run a business from those who innovate, adapt, and thrive. You see, there are some people that just run businesses. But when we are talking about an entrepreneurship mindset, this is what differentiates people. This is what determines success. Remember what I said, success is about 95% psychological. So when you imbibe that mindset of an entrepreneur, what happens is that your chances of succeeding is already 95%. So you differentiate yourself from people that are just running business. And people just start business, they don't have the mindset. So they even fail before they get started. They fail in the business before they get started. But we don't want you to fail before you get started. And that is why this mindset is important. So when you have this mindset, it differentiates you, because having that mindset helps you to innovate. It helps you to adapt, especially in these uncertain environments where we find ourselves, especially in this part of the world. You know, the world we are in now, it is volatile, it is uncertain, it is complex, it is ambiguous. So if you must truly thrive as an entrepreneur in this jurisdiction, one of the things you need to do is for you to embrace this entrepreneurship mindset. It opens your mind to innovate and succeed. So when you are faced with a challenge in your business, you have not given up. You know that it is just a challenge. I remember when Dangote, I was watching Dangote, and he was talking about when he was building the refinery, all the challenges that he experienced. He said if he had known that it was going to be that way, he wouldn't have even started. That is somebody that is already in business. But what kept him going? That entrepreneur, he knew that whatever challenges that I was faced with, I need to adapt, I need to innovate. Rather than giving up, what happens? He embraced that mindset that opened today. That refinery is there. And do you know what happened? That refinery has opened up the whole of that environment. That even people that have real estate now, they are excited because growth has come to that area. Do you see how you transmit also well to other people? Your decision to be an entrepreneur, your decision to do this opens the door for other people. This is powerful. So having this mindset fuels your success already. And you're not just running businesses, but you are now running businesses to succeed. That is the level that we should be in. That is the level that we should be in. So there are some common misconceptions about entrepreneurship that I want to talk about. Common misconceptions about entrepreneurship. Number one, you need a lot of money to start. If you have been following my line of thought now, you will discover that you don't need a lot of money to start. How many of us agree? Depending on the business you want to do, you don't need a lot of money to start. For some people, they don't even need any money to start. For some people, they just need to say, oh, I can teach your children, and they gather and they start teaching. So this mindset of you need a lot of money to start just blocks your mind from starting. You see, when there is an idea, provision will come. Money does not just come. I was running a restaurant in Lekki. The moment I made up my mind that I wanted to start that restaurant, it wasn't like I had the money somewhere put in the place to say, oh, this is the money I want to use to run the restaurant. But you know what happened? The moment I made that decision, the resources started flowing, opportunities started flowing, people started reaching out, things started aligning. So first, it is not just about a lot of money. So we need to disabuse our mind from that concept first, to know that it is not just about that. Some people say entrepreneurs are born, not made. So I need to say to you, we are all born, because when we're born, we're all born with talents. And we're created in the image of God to be a creator. We're created to dominate. So we all have this in us. But we also go through trainings to develop ourselves, mentorship. That means learning is important. If you must be an entrepreneur, you must give yourself to learning. You must read books. When was the last time you read a book? When was the last time you attended a seminar or a program to learn? As I'm speaking to you right now, I'm on a mentorship program. Even me, I'm on a mentorship program now. I'm speaking to you from the center of my mentorship program. I had to travel for this mentorship program. Why? I've gone to university, I've done everything. But no, I must learn. So I'm learning from people that have gone ahead, seeking to be better. So even if you say you are not born an entrepreneur, you can learn. There is nothing, you were not born into the career that you are today. You went to school, you learned. You learned it. You learned on the job. How many of us, the company sends you on training to train you, to prepare you for the job. So why is it now that you want to start entrepreneur? You just think it will just come upon you and you just become an entrepreneur. No, that is a wrong misconception. Even if you were born that way, you need to learn. Give yourself, and that's why this training is being arranged. Some people say you must have a unique business idea. You don't need to have a unique business idea. You can improve an idea that is already existing. I saw something years ago. What happened? When we used to go to our village, we have this, what they call it? Amo, ikoko. Amo, these clay pots that they put water inside. And those clay pots, you know, we don't use fridge. You just dip in, we take water from those grape pots. They used to put some black things inside. I don't know what they call it. We'll just take that water. That water will be very cold. It's not in the fridge. But you know, recently, I don't know if you have seen it. There's a lady on Instagram right now. That concept of the cocoa now, she has turned it into that clay pot. She's turned it into something like a dispenser. She has put tap on it. So can you imagine now? Somebody can buy that, fill it with water in their house, and you can save money on what? On fridge or your refrigerator, because water you put into that becomes cool. So now she's raving on the internet. People are buying it. She's selling the place she's created, those clay pots, fine of them, beautiful ones. And people are buying and patronizing her. And people are beginning to say, there was a video that was online where they showed a pot where these people were making pots and they were painting it. So people are like, so see what we are spending money to buy, and it is chemicals. We don't even know what they're using to paint this pot, and they sell it. So people are now saying, health is wealth. Let's go to clay pots. And somebody is there improvising on what already exists and is innovating around it and creating value for people, solving a problem. What am I saying? You don't need a unique idea. Is there an idea that you see that can be improved? You can start with that also. Then there's another misconception. Entrepreneurship means instant wealth and freedom. No, it's not about instant wealth and freedom. It's a journey and a process. It's about the person you are becoming. If you don't go through that process, you can't recreate that experience. And it is that experience in itself yourself that makes you who you are. That is what makes you wealthy, because you become a person of value. It is that value that people pay for. It is that value that people pay for. Your experiences. So it's not instant wealth. It's not. You went to school, you studied for how many years, you did everything, you started your career. It was not the moment you started your career that you became a manager, that you became a director in your company. You went through the ropes, you went through the ladder. So why do we have this wrong perception about entrepreneurship, thinking you just start, by tomorrow you will just blow? No, that is why a lot of people are frustrated in entrepreneurship. And a lot of people go into entrepreneurship just to solve the problem of what they that is the why you're starting. You are not frustrated. When it still provide you the service, that value, you must quit your job to become an entrepreneur, still to be running your business, and then to have all of these opportunities that people have on the internet right now. Even right now, organizations are giving their staff the opportunity to do so many things for themselves. You are not being stopped from posting about what you do. The organizations can invite you right now to come and speak. You are building thought leadership because you are also on social media. You are also promoting your company. Organizations are loving those employees that are doing that for them. You can start a side business with the skills that you know, being an entrepreneur, being an employee right now with the job that you have. You can start building something towards that time that you want to leave. And some people are doing both together because everything they are doing is still associated. Remember, what you have now, you can use it to build a business. As a professional, you can write a book with your experiences, with your journey. There's somebody that is coming up that wants to be like you, that you can mentor, that you can coach. All you need to do is document your experiences. I talk to people now with my experiences. I talk with professionals. They're like, what? You did this, you did this. If you can do it, then I can do it. I work with them, I coach them, I help them be able to find their own put, and they're excited, doing what they love. Can you imagine how you feel when you wake up every day to a life that fulfills you? It is you, money can't buy it, and you are doing what you love, you are making money at the same time, and you are impacting lives at the same time. What else do you want? You are building a legacy for yourself. It's so possible. It's so possible. And here are facts about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship isn't hard. It only requires a new way of thinking. So all your life you have lived as an employee. All your life you have lived as somebody that didn't believe that he could own a business. You have been that person that hasn't run any business before. And we have heard right from when we were young that entrepreneurship is risky. It's not for everybody. It is hard. It is difficult. The truth about it is that the mindset of an employee is totally different from the mindset of an entrepreneur. They are two separate things. So what is required is a new way of thinking. You can't take your mindset as an employee into entrepreneurship, to begin to think like an entrepreneur. That's why you see in offices entrepreneurs and employees. Excuse me. That's why you see entrepreneurs and employees. They're always at loggerheads. Why? Because the way they think is different. So there's nothing wrong with entrepreneurship. It's just a shift in your mindset. So entrepreneurship is about solving a problem, creating value, and getting rewarded for it. What keeps you constantly rewarded is the fact that you are continuously solving a problem. The day you stop solving a problem, the day you stop creating value, that day you stop getting rewarded. So people will say entrepreneurship is not working. Why? Because they are not thinking, they are not innovating, they are not coming up with new ways of doing business. I want to ask you a question. For over, let's say, 40 years that that you were born and up to now, how many companies have you known since you started, since you were young, that still exist now? How many companies do you know? Even the ones that exist that you know now, they are innovating. There was a time we had that many banks. There was a time those banks merged. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, there's also that change happening right now in the bank. We have so many banks now that are springing up that you don't even know their names. What am I trying to say to you? Entrepreneurship requires innovation. It's not something you start and you fold your hands. You have to keep looking for ways to. Entrepreneurship is not about it. Entrepreneurship is for you as long as you're economic value, yes? And we all have that. You don't need to leave your 9 to 5 to become a person of value. These are facts that you need to know. So what is this entrepreneurship mindset? I'll just speak about the number one, you must have an abundance mindset. What does it mean to have an abundance mindset? If you are going into entrepreneurship, you must know that there is enough resources available for you to succeed. The market is not saturated. I hear entrepreneurs say the market is saturated. Who says the market is saturated? We had about 200 million people in Nigeria. That is just Nigeria. Agbalumo now, they are shipping it across the world, across the border. So you have 7 billion people in the head to provide your service to. So there is nothing like you don't have customers. When you are going into entrepreneurship, have that abundance mindset that there is enough for you. That for you to have conceived that idea of going into entrepreneurship, it is because everything that you need to succeed is available. That mindset is critical. So you don't go into entrepreneurship with a scarcity mindset. A scarcity mindset is that one that feels that, there isn't enough to go around. There's so much people in that industry that you are going into, or it is tough. The economy in Nigeria is tough. I want you to understand something. The laws of wealth do not understand location. The same laws of wealth creation that applies in Nigeria is the same one that applies abroad. It is not subject to any economy or to any government. There are laws. The moment you abide by those universal laws, you reap the benefits of it. So yours is to pay attention and focus and have that right mindset that produces results. That mindset that confronts challenges and overcomes them. An abundance mindset does not mean you will not face challenges. But when those challenges come, you say to yourself, I'm going to weather this challenge. That is the entrepreneurship mindset. Then the next one is innovative. You need to be innovative. Everything you do, look for a better way to do it. Don't wait for things to break before you start innovating. I'm sure we all know about Nokia. They went out of business. I got to know that they are back in business right now. And they are innovating. You have to continuously keep innovating. You can be a giant, you can be strong, you can be everything. But the moment you stop innovating, there's somebody else thinking somewhere. So you have to keep innovating, improving what you have. I always ask your question, that's why you see organizations coming up with new products, coming up with new service. You need to keep that. That is an entrepreneurial mindset. They need to be resilient. You need to be resilient. It is a skill that you need for entrepreneurship. That's why they say entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not for the faint-hearted. You must have the heart of a lion. Yeah, you must have a heart of a lion because you will go through challenges. Government policies can come. This one can come. Everything can come. But the truth is, you remain stagnant. Like this thing, we are succeeding in it. These challenges are not to break us, but they are to keep us going. That's why you surround yourself with people, depending on the industry that you are, you surround yourself with people that are experts that can support you. You having the basic knowledge, but you now have people that can also help you in those different areas to succeed. Then you must be a risk taker. Yeah? Risk is important because in business, you must take risk. You must, there's so much uncertainties that you must take risk to succeed. Risk is required. You can't fold your hands and just say, that is the way you are going to be all your life. I see some people run businesses, and the same way those businesses have been 15 years ago is the same way the business is today. That is no more a business. And they will complain and say they are not making money. How do you want to make money when you are not taking risk? You have to take risk. It's important for your business. It's an opportunity, because when an opportunity comes, there is a risk involved in taking that, believing that opportunity and taking it. You going into entrepreneurship is a risk in itself. So you must be a risk taker. And as you start this journey, there'll be some challenges. I'll just list them. As you are here right now, I know there are some fears that you have. Like me, I said I'm not cut out for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is hard. You need to overcome all of those fears, reframe those fears. So if you think entrepreneurship is hard, they say nobody in your family has ever succeeded as an entrepreneur. Change it that me, I'm breaking it. I'm succeeding as an entrepreneur. I am going to succeed in this new venture. You say it, you reframe that fear and you turn it to possibilities. You reframe that fear and turn it to possibilities. And some people, it is funding constraints. The truth is this: when you are starting, start small. Start from where you are. I think I missed a slide. Okay, I'm not going to. Okay. So start small from where you are. Some people will say, I don't have time, I'm so busy. Prioritize and delegate. There is no problem that you cannot find a solution to. Some people, there's knowledge gap. If you have a knowledge gap, seek mentorship, seek coaching, read books, get support. That's why this is needed. I told you I'm on a mentorship now. Me too, I'm building, because there's a new level. I'm not saying that I've gone to school, I've been coaching people, I've been checking it out. No, I'm here learning, getting better, investing in myself. You too need to invest in yourself, pay money, invest in yourself, because when you invest in yourself, you will repeat. Some people cannot spend 1 naira on their education. The only time that they went to school last was when they collected their BSc. You can't grow in that environment. Many years ago, there was nothing like AI. Now you're talking about AI. And you want to remain the way you are. No, you have to keep evolving. So how do you get started? How do you get started? Number one, identify what you have. I've said it. What are the talents that you have? Because you are not just building a business outside of yourself. You are building a business with your abilities, with your strengths, with the things that you have. What do you have? Number two, after you've listed what you have, what problems can those skills or that talent, what problems can they solve? What problems can they solve? Is it the problem of transportation, the problem of feeding, the problem of accommodation? Is it the problem of water? Is it the problem? What problem is it beauty? Is it fashion? Is it children? What problem can you solve? And in what sector can you solve that problem? Then you need to add who can you solve that problem for? And where are these people located? So if you identify this is the problem I can solve, okay, who are the people that need this problem, that need this solution? Where are they located? Are they in Nigeria? Are they on Instagram? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on? Identify where this population are. Then what do you do? Package that solution you have and test it. You see, I've seen people start business. And one of the things that they have done is the fact that they just started, boom. You see, the only thing that started from the top is the gravel. Some people say, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. They just launch up. But no. Even if you look at organizations now, they will start, they will test it. They will start, they will test it. Is it working? Look at your iPhone every day, new feature, or your Android, they are new feature. They didn't just start and say perfect phone. No. Every day they are improving on it. They are adding. You want to start your own business. Okay, we are close to rounding up now. So you refine it. So when you test it, from the feedback you get from refining it, what do? You can now repackage, improve on what you have, right? Then you can now start selling again. You now start selling. Then when you make money, please, the money you are making is not profit, it is margin. The money that is profit is the one that you make from investing. Because if you have read Richest Man in Babylon, he said your money must make money for you before you spend it. So what do you know? As you are making money, have a portion that you put into investments. But you also need to learn about how to do all of these things so that you don't go and put your money into investment that will run away. You put it into investment that are low risk, because what you're doing is just securing your money, protecting your money. Then as you go, you build system that support you in form of people, in form of technology that can help you scale. Then what do? You keep innovating. You keep innovating, because it doesn't end there. You keep innovating and you keep getting better. So as I conclude, entrepreneurship, we need to, from all that I've said, entrepreneurship is about solving problems. You start small, you build progressively, you start from where you are. As you go on the journey, you need support. Seek mentorship support. Let people teach you, guide you, let people help you on your journey. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but is a sign of strength. Because all of us ask for help, me too. Help is what has brought me to this point that I am. And I'm still seeking help from people, because there's no end to the growth that you are giving and we're rendering. And this is what I want to say to all of us here today. I know that there may be some people here today, you may want to also go deeper. Before we take the question, and so we close with that. You may want to go deeper. I offer one-on-one sessions where I sit with you, help you identify those potentials. What can you do? Help you see how you can package it. Because some people just I want you to help me, just deal with me, help me on this journey. We do that. Then we also do group coaching also. For the purpose of this community, if we have 10 people, at least a minimum of 10 people who want to go on this journey, then I can package something for us as a group coaching where I can guide us and help us on that journey to be able to achieving success. So whichever way it is, whichever one you want to go with, the one that you feel works for you is fine. I'm available. I'll share my contacts with us soon. These are my contacts I'll share with us. You can get it by Oludayo Adeniyi across platforms. But whilst we are doing that, I'll show that slide. But at this point, I think I can take questions. But I'll hand over to Reverend at this point. I don't know if he's coordinating the questions, or we have people that want to ask questions at this point, and you can take it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, madam. I must say that this has been a very, very
Reverend, I can't hear you. I don't know. Is it only me?
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, Reverend.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, madam. I can tell you that we cannot actually pay for the value of what you have given out to us. And I know we have less than 20 minutes, so I wouldn't want to take much time. But for those of us who may have questions, you may start typing if you would prefer to type. And if you would like to speak, just raise up your hand, then we'll give you the floor. But for the benefit of our brothers and sisters who joined a bit late, yeah, I won't say that you have missed totally, because we are having the record of it, and in due time, the training team will make it available for us. But just to quickly catch up, and in case if you need to ask your own questions, part of the truths that we have listened to tonight is the fact that we are all blessed and gifted by God. God created all of us for a purpose, to be productive. And the main reason for which we go into entrepreneurship will determine the level of our success. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a deep reason, it will be very difficult when the difficult times come. And the whole purpose is to move from being mere consumers to providers of goods and services. It's something that all of us need to tell ourselves, not just that people give me this, they give me this, but what do I produce? What do I make available? My contribution to the common good and humanity. And it's better, definitely, to produce goods and services, that is, be involved in business, take the risk, than not taking the risk at all. I'm not sure if it would be correct that take the risk and lose is far better than not actually taking the risk at all. It's better to try than not to attempt it at all. And of course, for us to scale through, she told us that we all need the entrepreneurial mindset, which is very important. It helps us to keep innovating, adapting, and thriving. I think with that, all of us were on the same page for now. And we have the floor for questions. I'm not really seeing anybody raising up his hand at this moment.
Father Dumbi, good afternoon.
Okay, Fresh Prince, you are there. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful session. We really appreciate your time. I have a quick question, and I know this is something that keeps coming up whenever I have conversations with a lot of Moremites. The baseline capital to start a lot of businesses, most of us just do not have the capital. And this is a major bottleneck that kind of limits a lot of people's thinking. Please, I would like to ask, are there possible businesses that you can recommend, to Moremites that we can start without necessarily using a lot of capital, things related to maybe speaking, areas limited to just, your inbuilt talents that you can leverage to get started. Thank you so much. Adebayo Adeshida is the name.
Thank you very much, Fresh Prince. Please, you have the floor now, madam. Hello?
Please, I didn't get the question. The internet kicked me off. Just coming in now.
Fresh Prince, can you take it again, please?
Oh, okay. I started by saying thank you for your time. Today we learned quite a lot during the session. Here's my question to you. I speak with a lot of Moremites. I'm in contact with so many of our people. And one of the key things that I have come to realize limits a lot of us is the lack of funds, to start most of these businesses that comes to our mind. A lot of people want to get into entrepreneurship, but it's so unfortunate they just do not have the startup capital. They do not have the capability to go to the banks to go get money. So my question is, do you have suggestions on types of businesses that, do not require a lot of startup capital, or do you have recommendations on how Moremites can get funds to start, businesses, small businesses? Thank you so much. Leveraging their talent and their skill set.
Thank you so much. You see, the reason why I decided to go this route, to take it as basic as possible, is the fact that we all don't, money is not the first capital that is needed to start a business. We need to understand that. That is a mind block. Because if you have not managed X amount, nobody will give you money. You must at least show that you are doing something for people to give you money. And when there is that roadblock in our mind to say, I don't have money, you have already killed every opportunity to get started. And if you look at it, I gave examples to say we have talents that we can use for businesses and all of that. There are businesses that people can do based on their experiences. For example, I spoke about, let's say, teaching now, but it takes people thinking. You want to start. You don't really need money to start that for starters. All you need is to go through your phone and find one or two people or three people that have students that you can teach. And you can tell them, I can teach your children this. The first thing is the idea. Then they pay you. You agree. So I want to first start to say, I don't want people thinking that money is the first thing. No, money is not the first thing. Do you even have an idea already? Because when you have that idea is what you are going to pitch to be able to make money, to be able to get the funds you need, whether from family or from friends. If you have a solid idea, trust me, there are people that are willing to invest in that idea. And then when you have a business also, there are organizations that give grants. As you start your entrepreneur, you find out people in those sectors that give grants. There are people that focuses on grants that you can work with, but there must be, all of these things. So before they give you grant, they will still tell you they want to see your precedent. What have you even started? How far have you gone? So it's not just about money. Nobody will give you money just because you want to start a business. There must be that idea. So please, I want to encourage everyone here. Start with this process that I've given you. List your talents. What can you do? And start from there. And then when people see you do something, a friend can invest in you. Somebody can do something. Somebody says, I hope I've answered that, Prince.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Somebody says, what are the disadvantages of being an employee over a period of time? How do you cope being an employee and at the same time an entrepreneur? So you see, there are no disadvantages. Okay, let me put it this way. It depends on perspective. You see, the idea that they have sold to us that it is difficult to make money as an employee is what is limiting a lot of us. And that's why we are saying mindset. Mindset is key. They told us that employees cannot build wealth. They've told us employees cannot make good employers. But do you know that employees, all those years you have worked, you are gaining experience. Do you know that all those years that you have worked, you are working with organizations, you are managing people? Those are experiences that count in the entrepreneurship area. So what I would say to employees right now is be more intentional as an employee. Begin to identify your skills. Begin to identify your talents. Begin to see yourself as an entrepreneur in that organization. Those things help you. It opens your mind. Then how do you cope? It now depends on the business you are starting. And that's what I'm saying, that for some people, as an entrepreneur, it depends on the business you're starting. Some people do their side gigs and it's just online or something and they do that. Some people, the side gigs that they do is still related to what they're doing. Right now you can make money by building channels. You can build on LinkedIn. You don't need to start any physical business. You can build on LinkedIn, build your following there by posting your professional, what you do as a professional, talking about your career, talking about your business, doing all of those things. And now that you're an employee, you have the resources to do that. You can do that. You can position yourself. So that may not be taking so much from you. And if you are going into buying and selling, you can decide how you want to go. So it depends on the kind of business you are doing. And number two is it also depends on you as a person. Sometimes you need to become uncomfortable to build something alongside. It may take some things for me. I remember when I was doing 9 to 5. When I close from work is when I start my own work. And I was building those capacities, even though some of those things were failing. But I was building capacity. So here I am today. So I wouldn't say that there's any disadvantage. I'll just suggest that you just create just find out what works for you and be able to work around it. I hope I'm communicating, please.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ma. Mobola has a question. Mobola, you have the floor, please. Is Mobola there? You are raising your hand.
Thank you so much for that, Dumbi. Good evening, our mentor. We really appreciate your time. Yeah. I just want to build on what Bayo Adeshida, the question Bayo Adeshida asked. And the reason why I want to build on that, the question that he asked is because we have a majority of calls in Nigeria. We know what the situation is in Nigeria. We know what people are facing. So, as I'm listening to your training, and I'm like, oh my God, maybe somebody should have even done this all this while, somebody should have taken this risk. But as you're talking, there's so many things that are keep popping into my brain, like, you could do this, you could do this. I would like you to please still give us. I believe you must have been into a section whereby people will ask you, what can I do? I still want to go the same route, which by your heart. I'm serious. Like, because as you're talking, I started thinking in my brain, like, oh, maybe you should have done it this way. Maybe you should have done it this way. And I believe I'm not the only one in that shoe. I would like you to please go in depth, give us the kind of the business that you think people can embark on at a low capital rate. We're talking about, let's say, 10,000, 20,000, whatever that people can still use to start a business, and then still look at the way they can develop and in it. I would love to do that.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, you know, there's what they call drop shipping, right? Where you don't even need to have any products or services. You just need to find somebody that has the product and service. You speak to the person, you take pictures of the product and services, you are posting it, and people order for it. You go and tell the person, and the person ships to them, and you are collecting commission on it. That is a business. That is a business. I have somebody, abokis that sell pepper in box. The person is a broker. The aboki brings, the person puts more money on it. The person is not doing it, puts more money on it. People pay, the person collects profit from it. You see, the first thing is we need to begin to find what are the problems that people are facing now. Is it problem of food? How can you position? You know, being an entrepreneur requires thinking. It's important. We must move away from not thinking. The major challenge is a lot of people are not thinking. We have allowed the economic situation to enter into our brain. We are seeing problems. We are not seeing solutions. So I've given you, the person can start that. You don't need to put money. Just identify somebody, become a broker in something. Be the middleman. You can do that if you don't have any funds, but identify what people need and you get some level of commissions from it. That is a way you can also start your business. And then also for people that are saying, what business can I also start? You need to also ask yourself, what can I do? Remember, we said what you have the ability to do. So for me, as an example, when I started out, I really didn't require so much money to start. I started with education, learning. And where I was learning, there was an opportunity to also train people. So I became a trainer there, training people. They were not paid, they were just paying me commissions. So I brought all my wealth of experience there and I was using it.
Thank you very much, Madam. We sincerely appreciate that. We are honored to have the National President of NHS in our midst, Professor Seyi Osunade. You have your hands up, please. Feel free to ask your question, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the speaker. I just wanted to appreciate you and to also appreciate everyone for coming. Things of greatness start small like this. Numbers we have here, to me, is very encouraging. So I would want to say thank you to MHS 98 for this, and to everyone who's been on the call. Entrepreneurship is not the same as business. Trust. The other one requires you to be innovative. Just as our speaker has been saying, what can I offer? And that is personal. And that is where the issue of coaching comes in. And I would encourage us to take the offer that is on the table, 10 people, or you want to go individual, to work with her. And she sees you through that phase so that we're able to build people who can give to the community based on what they have. Thank you once again, speaker. And to my PRO, thank you so much. I'm always hailing you from the back. Thanks a lot and have a great night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, thank you very much. I know that we have barely 3 minutes. And I wouldn't know if our facilitator wants to give us the privilege if we extend beyond that, or we just have to stop at least 2 minutes so we don't have the protocols.
Okay, we may need, I may spend like maybe 5 more minutes because if you might notice my internet, I don't want it to go. It's been a bit, that's why I can't put on my video.
Yeah, thank you very much. There is just one question that has been sent to your message directly. I don't know if you can see it, or I just quickly read it out. That can you suggest how someone can navigate getting biddings in writing space? I discovered it's difficult getting opportunities on the internet space. Thanks. That's the question from One Acre.
Okay, thank you so much. The thing is this. I would always say something. When you say something is difficult, it becomes difficult. If there are people getting it, that means there's a possibility in that area. So the idea is, how are they getting it that I'm not getting it? Is there a knowledge gap? I hope is there a knowledge gap? Is it that there's something that I don't know? That is how you need people also to help in those regards. So when we say it is difficult, it's not because it is difficult, it's because there's something that other people know that maybe you don't know. So you need to find out what that thing is. So what I'm just saying is that it's not difficult. Get help. Find other people who are in that space to help you. Get a coach in that area. Learn about how to make it happen. You have people doing freelance right now. There's different platforms that help people get those jobs, those freelance jobs. Ask about it, get more involved. But the truth is that, the internet space is not limited. It is a world of limitless opportunities, so it can't be limited.
Thank you very much, Madam. We are very grateful. I sincerely want to thank everyone who have contributed, who have joined. Thank you for the time. The training team, on behalf of the training team, we send a gratitude. We can't thank you enough for what you have deposited in us. You have become part of our fabrics. The ESCOs, we're also very grateful to make this possible. I don't know how much I'll give you that can really, really represent this, but I can call on the president of the 98 set, I think Mr. Femilawa, or the vice president, Idowu Ogunade, if you're around, just to say a few words of thanks before we close this. Is Femilawa around, Idowu? Please. Okay, if none of them is there, Gbadebo is there as the head of the training team. A word or two before we close the session.
Hello.
Okay, Idowu is around.
Hello.
Yes. Please, you have the floor.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you, madam.
Okay, thank you very much, Reverend Father. Madam, we are very grateful for this opportunity. You have been able to give us your time and to share your vast experience with us. You provoked some new great thoughts in my head. You see that I just went quiet. I've been thinking. Because actually, like Toyota used to say, good thinking is good product. So thank you for making us to start thinking. And I want to believe that these are good thinking with big good products that you're going to hear about in the nearest future. Thank you very much. And for all who took their time to come out here to join this masterclass, I want to say thank you for being part of this training, this part of this class. And I want to believe that you've learned more than one or two things. I want to believe that you've learned things that provoke some thoughts in you that can make you stand and be independent. We can't, the Yoruba cannot read the other time says, when you walk, Yoruba believe that you walk to get fed, but you do business to do what? To make wealth. So that is why, to be frank, business is always a way of making wealth because you can't be richer than your boss, and your boss is the entrepreneur.
and you can't be richer than him. He's paying you from his own pocket. So which means you can never be bigger than your boss. So thank you very much for making us think of ways that we can actually be entrepreneurs as well. And then, well, yeah, we can still be doing our 9 to 5 and then still be running side. Many things run into my head today, and thank you for making those thoughts to come up. And for people that join us, thank you very much. We can't thank you less, we can't love you less. Thank you once again, and have a good night.
Thank you very much, Madam VP. And definitely, we all have one thing or the other to take away. Madam, please don't forget to share your contact with us as you promised. And also, through the training team, we'll get back to you on the one-on-one sessions, those who may be interested, and the group coaching and mentoring also. We'll definitely get back to you once we have the conversation on our platform. Once again, we say thank you. Thank you, everyone. We leave each and every one of us with the words of the scriptures. Don't mind me, that is my own territory. The Lord told Moses, this is how you should bless my people. May the Lord bless and keep you. May the Lord let his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord uncover his face to you and bring you peace. God bless you all. Thank you very much for this time. Have a wonderful night rest. Thank you very much, Madam. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please don't forget to share maybe the last minute, the contact, in case some will want to reach out to you directly.
Okay, so who do I share that with? The training team or who?
Yep, with Dadebo, please.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
No problem. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Madam.
Welcome. Thank you.
God bless you.
Amen.